I'm Phil Hartnoll from Orbital.
And I'm Paul, and you're watching Toasted.
When I first heard you had a new record out, I was like, no fucking way. That's pretty good news. And then they're playing live in the Melkweg. I thought, what, in the Melkweg? You know, that's like it's a small venue for your standards, I think. Last time I saw you, let me scratch my head, that was the Drum Rhythm Festival here and the Wisselgas, which was also blast. How is it for you guys to get back and play smaller venues, quote unquote?
Well, you say that, but it's not. It's not that small. No, it's not Glastonbury, but it's not a festival either. This is just a gig. Do you know what I mean? So, gigs come in various shapes and sizes depending on the city and the availability and that kind of thing. Going in there, that's kind of we've played some bigger ones recently, but that's a night. I know it's going to be a good vibe in there. And it's a big stage, so we get all the production in there. So it's going to be a really nice show. Yeah, it's a lovely sized stage. Now it's the new improved Melkweg. It's not the little room. This is the new sort of big room. So they've got a lovely big stage. I think it's going to be a really good show.
Yeah, but what will the production be like?
Oh, it's all brand, like Paul's saying, it's all brand new. All the videos all been, video artists that we've been working for years and years. They've all constructed new video, choreographed with the lights around each individual track.
Which is difficult because you guys improve a lot.
So there is a lot. There's a few MIDI messages sent out to trigger certain things. Do you know what I mean?
That's all new. We've never done that. That's really good. So it doesn't matter how much we improvise when we hit certain key moments or change, into one verse to another or one song. The video will just snap into action, and then the guy doing the video can then do his improvisation around that, but from that section. So it's all really quite slick now.
Yeah. Well, before that guy, we work with these people. It's like a family, so they are improvising as we're but they're improvising with footage made up for the track. But so it's all a big, sort of jam for visual and and it still is a bit of that as well.
Well-educated jam though. It's not like nobody knows what they're doing. We do have a certain.
There's a plan.
We know what songs we're going to play, and you tend to play them the same way, but not. In like an hour and 30 or an hour and 45, you don't remember everything. You kind of go with the audience, and a Friday night crowd. It's gonna inspire you in a different way to a Tuesday night crowd. I can't explain why. I don't know why, but there's just that kind of naughty Friday night feeling that just makes it a bit more drummy or a bit more trancey or whatever. Whereas a Tuesday night crowd might be a bit more melodic.
Yeah, actually, I was wondering about this. I mean, you played amazing gigs. You were probably one of the first to be around the rave scene when it broke loose in the UK. Are there still amazing gigs that you recall? You think, well, this one was a blast? Because your gig in Paradiso that I saw in the center when we talked about that before we started the interview, that was fantastic.
Well, they're all. I mean, it's a bit of a crap answer, but it's true. It's the connection with the audience. Like tonight, we're in a small place, but we're about to see everybody there, and it's about that moment rather than I remember that and I remember playing in the Melkweg, and when you go to the A&B club, I remember playing there before, and it's like all the memories come back when you come here, but it's not it's the vibe of the night really.
Hey Wonky, new album out, liable to break down, feeble. I found it in the Oxford Dictionary for Advanced Learning. Why Wonky?
That was the kind of that was the name of the track, named literally when the first bit of that track came out. It's like, oh, Wonky, it's a wonky sound. That's a wonky track. And those titles stick. Do you know what I mean?
They're hopeful for the record. This is a wonky song.
But basically it was the last track we finished on the album. The album didn't have. It's the specific brief of the album for us was make something that's cohesive, that's like a live set, that's all full of good stuff to play live. That's what we wanted. We were trying to write new material that we could play live, and so there was no overarching kind of name. But then towards the end of the recording session, that was the last track we did. That it had that name. It was like, open a bottle of champagne. Let's call the album Wonky then. It was a surprise kind of hit for us over the summer while we were writing the track. A hit in the sense of we were out DJing a lot of the stuff from the new album. And it just went down really well, and it surprised us because we didn't think it would. We thought, we tried it one time and just thought, let's give it a try. And that was when it was an instrumental, And then we had.
You weren't sure that this would go down well. I mean,
we weren't sure it would. No.
Really?
No. No, you weren't, were you? We
No.
loved it. We loved it.
We loved it, but we just thought, well, it might be a bit too much for 8,000 people in Spain. And then we played it, and then 8,000 people in Spain jumped up and down and said, oh, that's good.
And how was that actually? Was that? I mean, that must have been amazing. Like we still can do this, or
Yeah, it was a relief. Yeah.
I mean, you're laughing about it, but
it's like it's like that connection again. When you get that, it's like, whoa, yeah, that's the moment when it's really, that's what it's about. Do you know what I mean? So when you get that, it's like, yes.
hey, I've been listening to your album all day. It went down really well with me. Like I said, when I started, I heard the news from your press agency, like Orbital are back together again. Great, they have a new album, fantastic. And then you start listening, probably like you guys started making it. Like, what will it be like?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I love it. It's fantastic,
Great.
really.
Excellent. Nice
And
one.
I was wondering, actually, why would you release an album? I'm glad you did, because I mean, okay, you sold 8,000 copies in the first week, which is great for standards of these times, but a lot of people don't even bother anymore.
No, well, we did it. We wrote it because we wanted, like I say, we didn't write it for the sake of the album. We wrote it because we wanted some new material, because we were enjoying playing live. And we didn't want to become like some kind of heritage band just playing old hits all the time. So we wanted some new stuff. So we wrote ourselves a new live set, basically, and some new material. So, we've injected about half of the album into the live set. We've still got another half. If we start getting bored, we can start changing it around and mixing it up a bit, which would be great. But that was our prime directive, because like you say, no one's making money from records anymore. The only way that you do make your money now is from doing gigs. So
8,000 people in Spain, which is not bad, I might add.
yeah, that was a festival.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it must be amazing to still to come back, make your album. You had a hiatus for a while, and at least I have the idea that it's picking up really easily for you guys.
Well, not easy, but it's fantastic that it's all happened. There was no master plan. We did split up, and then we got back together after being asked to do, a reform gig. Do you know what I mean? The Big Chill, which ended up in a year and a half of lot of other. And it was the warmth and the because we were thinking, well, do people really? Do you know what I mean? We haven't got anything new. It's like. And the warmth and the love and the reception that we got, it was really encouraging, and it spurred us on. And then, like Paul says, we came to a point, it was like, well, we either stop now for good, or we'd do some new music, and everything was going really well, and here we are. After we got a new album, so it's, so it was.
We're glad you guys are back and playing in Amsterdam. Hey, we only got 20 minutes, so I got to rush this a little. You got this amazing artist, Zola Jesus. My God, where did you find her?
We found her on the internet, like everybody finds everything nowadays.
You downloaded her off the internet.
Yeah. God, I wish it was that easy. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it was literally we had that track and felt it needed a vocal, and so it's like picking any sound. You think, well, what kind of vocal does it need? It needs someone who can sort of keen and whine and moan in a gothic kind of way, but someone with a bit of a command to their voice, And so we went out searching for people like that, tried a few different sort of things, listened to a few different things, and then we heard her and just thought, oh, what a great voice. She's got this kind of big commanding voice. She's very focused. Her music sounds in focus. I think it's not wishy-washy. She sort of goes straight down the line. She's got a sort of hint of people that I like, without being a copycat in any way, but she's got a little bit of propaganda in there, a little bit of Susie Sue in the band. She's that kind of strong female kind of, iconic voice, and so she was
Brilliant.
perfect.
She's brilliant.
I think she's even more than just a voice. I mean, because I read that she was working on your album, so I delved into her history a little bit.
Yeah.
My God, she's mind blowing.
She does a lot of the music herself. She's quite nerdy on the side. She is. It's like,
Aside from having a PhD in philosophy.
Does she really? Yeah. See, then so definitely, yeah. And she when we mixed the thing with Flood, he's got like loads of old synthesizers, and her eyes popped out, like same as ours did when we went in there. So that was great.
Who did the artwork? Because again, I mean, I didn't like Snivelization back in the days, but after that, I loved everything you did. Who did this? Because it's really amazing.
What, the cover for the album? Mark Farrow Designs. Yeah, I mean, he's been doing our stuff ever since the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Yeah, he's always he's pretty much done all of it. There was one out of the Blue album he didn't do, but his stuff works really. He's got such a good handle on sort of modernisation and that kind of thing, and making sure his stuff looks good as an iTunes icon, this big on the internet, and it looks fantastic on a full-blown album. But if you go to sort of Orbital on iTunes, you can see the Pharaoh covers because. It's like
graphic. It's much more graphic, isn't it? Coming from graphic design sort of world.
When I saw it, I was like, you can easily print like 27 inches out of it because I mean, and the Wonky single is of course also amazing artwork.
Yeah.
So I saw that, I was like, I want to buy this actually.
So
and I felt shame that
you can buy posters.
Are you guys into posters now?
yeah, posters of the Mark Farrow designs on for sale tonight at Milk Veg.
Yeah. Don't have to have a ticket. It's in the foyer.
You guys are releasing vinyl, right? I mean,
we've got double vinyl.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. But the artwork does encourage. It's just like, it's an art piece, really.
For now, because I mean, normally it's like artists release new music. They don't even bother about artwork anymore, and you're lucky to get a picture,
Oh yeah,
but
we're old-fashioned.
Well, I'm an old fuck, so I mean.
That's it. You love, the joy of trying to hunt down a record. In reality, it's so easy now.
But it's the first time actually in a long time that I saw artwork that I actually wanted to have.
Right, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic.
Really good.
Fantastic.
Hey, tonight Melkweg, what holds the future for you guys actually?
We've got a week off, then we're doing 2 kind of DJ slots in France, and then we're going to Australia for 3 gigs, and then a festival in Japan. And then we're after Japan, we're into the festival season. Going from Japan we're doing a gig in Tenerife.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
We just did a film score as well for a remake film called Push. Isn't it a Dutch movie actually? Is it a Dutch? No. Sorry, no. Shut my mouth.
How does that work? I mean, do you get approached by people like I'm making a movie? Can you write a score about it?
Pretty much, yeah. We know it's Vertigo Films, and we've known them for years. They nearly always have a little bit of Orbital music in so many of their films, don't they? And even the main producer who set it up has had us in his films before they even existed. So we know them quite well, and they kind of just approached fancy doing this score.
Yeah. So that was really good. Really good. A lot of music in it.
Is there are there things that you wouldn't do, or has there ever been any films or television series or ads that you decline to do?
There's nothing I wouldn't do. I'll do anything.
Some big words there. I hear a split up coming on.
He's worse than me. He'd do everything.
And more.
Hey, a couple of songs that I really like. Straight Sun, I think that's a fantastic track.
We'll play that one for you tonight. You coming tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I hope
so.
You
better.
I'm trying to sneak in on the guest list actually, because it's sold out, folks.
Yeah, I see where we're going.
I'll buy a poster off of you.
This isn't even a real interview, is it?
I'll buy a poster off of you. You know what? I'll buy 2.
Oh, you get 3 in a tube. Actually, you get three for one price.
Hey, another thing that I found on the web was a lot of journalists listening to the record and going like, "Well, this is back to the old Orbital." Actually, I didn't really agree, but.
Well, I could see there's one track. Where is it going? Actually, I could see there are hints of it, but it's Orbital. Do you know what I mean? There are connections. There are when you hear it, it's us. Do you know what I mean? Like a band, like any band. Nirvana. But hearing Nirvana
together again anytime soon.
Well, that would be news. Do you know something we don't?
I need Ivan's bell. Ding!
I think it's like the old Orbital because we're having fun and enjoying ourselves and being honest and true to ourselves and doing what we want. That's where it's like the old Orbital. It's not affected. It's not tired. It's just fresh again, and that's why it's like the old Orbital. And of course, everyone has their signature kind of way of writing music or whatever. You just can't avoid that. I love Ennio Morricone, but you can spot him a mile off. In different types of films, you can still spot Ennio Morricone nearly always. Not all, nearly always. And everyone's got their way of writing music, so I guess they can hear that as well.
And on that bombshell, I might add, we have to close this interview.
Okay.